Good morning, folks. It seems to be working. Yes, I'm live. Well, I'm barely live. I don't believe what I did to myself last night. I stayed up till 1 a.m. I, I, I watched, well, I didn't watch TV per se because I don't have TV here, but I streamed TV crap till 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 in the morning. It was 1:15 when I went to bed. That's why I look so rough in the thumbnail. I saw the comments. People were commenting I look rough. I feel rough. And I didn't drink. No booze. No alcohol. No beers. No liquor. Nothing. Drank a lot of water though. Must have drank. I bet you I drank fall. My big jug. 6 of them. Watching the stupidest TV program, but I couldn't stop myself. I just kept pumping the episodes through me. I binged on this stupid show. And then the thing was, I was watching it, and the whole time I'm watching it, I'm picking holes in it. Like I'm going, well, no, that's wrong, that's wrong, that. It's like, why am I watching this? But I couldn't stop myself. And like, there's so much better things to watch, but I just, oh, I don't know. It's unbelievably. There's Mr. Road Warrior. I haven't seen Mr. Road Warrior in a long time. Everybody's just a popping in here. And what has Donovan been doing? Have you been over at the other duck channel on the internet? Because we got duck competition now. I wish this weather would break, folks. I was laying in bed, wrestling with Doug, because that's what I was doing with him this morning, which I gotta change my sheets today. Oh man, the side he sleeps on, it's gotta get changed today. Connie, it's so bad I don't even want to share the show. It's that bad. It's bad. 57th wedding anniversary? No way, Samuel. Juanita and Tom have been together today 57 years. That's longer than I've been on the face of the earth. That's amazing. That truly is. That's crazy, man. 57 years. They must be either they're tolerant of each other or they just gave up. I'm kidding. No, they're obviously you just don't stick with somebody 57 years unless you're obviously something right. Juanita, that's unbelievable. 57 years. Congratulations. And give Tom a big wet kiss for me. Say thank you for loving you all these years. Okay, I gotta do a quick uh, um, um, weather update because all I know right now when I went outside, ridiculously cold. Wind is nasty. Like just running to the barn and back with water hurts me. I gotta send an email today off the Terra Deck. Oh, the big red banner's still there. The wind chill's minus 40 right now, folks. This wind. I tell you, when it's minus 28 degrees outside and the wind is blowing at 44 kilometers an hour, does it ever make it really cold? Oh, we got some nice weather coming. Monday, -2. Tuesday, -4. And Monday night, -5. The ducks are going to be outside overnight, folks. Oh, they're going to have a blast. camera outside overnight. You know what I might have to do? Not might, I know what I'm going to do just for you, is I'm going to turn on the massive big Olympic lighting Monday night so that when we have the camera outside, you can see everything perfect. That's what I'm going to do just for you, you know, because it's only hydro. That's what I'm going to do. So Monday night, it's going to be outdoor camera action, lit up like the Olympic Saddle Dome. Okay, how do I flip this camera around? Hang on. I'll show this to you here. Hang on. Come on. My finger. Come on. Okay, why won't the touch screen? There you go. Okay, look at that. Is that nice? The big 4.0. But look at this. Look at this, folks. There's awesomeness right there. See? -2, -5, -4. The ducks are going to be outside during this whole block area right here. That's pretty cool. And then it's back to cold again. Okay, can I get this? Why is the touchscreen? My finger's dry. That's why. Okay. Oh. All right, that's enough of the weather. We've done the weather update. No, I'm going to leave the geese locked up. That's what I'm going to do. Geese are just going to, I don't like them. They're just going to, no one's watching them anyways. We're just going to leave them locked in the building. Yeah, I've seen that pig leg duck thing so many times. I've seen the pig leg duck. I've seen the fake foot. I've seen it all. Yeah, Brian. Ducks are notorious. Actually, chickens are too, for eating their own eggs. I think all birds are. As soon as they break an egg, look out. That juicy inside is too much for them to resist. So the secret is, Brian, okay? The reason your ducks are breaking their eggs, well, one is that you could have thin shell problem, which I did have earlier, but for some reason that has gone away, and I've stopped giving them the oyster shell. And so I must have been the bags of feed. There was a batch that wasn't, you know, didn't have enough calcium. Anyways, the egg situation. I have discovered this. This is my own personal observation. It's not hard and fast because, you know, I'm not the duck expert, okay, as so many people keep telling me, but I do have some experience. That I find that if you can get yourself out of bed, Brian, early enough, and get out there and get the eggs before the ducks start playing with them, you eliminate the broken eggs and egg eating. But if you leave your eggs, like today I'm late, okay, I'm not gonna lie. It was like I did egg recon at like what, 8:20. There was 3 broken eggs in the barn. They get playing with them, eh? They're like kids. They roll them around on the floor and they nibble on them, and you know, then next thing you know they get a crack, and then when they get a crack, next thing you know they're popping them open, and then next thing you know they're eating them. But if you're in there like doing early, like 7:30, before the shenanigans start with the eggs, no broken eggs, because that's what I found. If I do it, the earlier I did it, the earlier I do it, not too early, because you know, the ducks basically lay their eggs somewhere between 3 and 7 in the morning. If you can get in there and get all the eggs, snaffle them out before they start playing with them, you'll eliminate this problem. The other way of eliminating the problem is to kill the ducks, but then you have no more eggs. So that option is the last resort. Well, Brian, you obviously slept in, and they were playing egg football. It's all right, Brian. In 2 years, you're allowed to sleep in once in a while. I slept in today. Well, I also didn't go to bed till very, very late because I watched a stupid show. Vista, I sent your money back to you last night. Did you see that? I'm going to do a GoFundMe for all the bills. I've got all the bills right here, folks. There they are. All the bills. Plus the straw bills. and I gotta take pictures of them, and I'm gonna do a GoFundMe, okay, so that everybody can see. All right. Oh, we got some questions. Have I ever been married? Yes. Was too cold to go out, Brian? See, and then what happened? You lost some eggs to the ducks playing with them, eh? I know. You gotta just suck it up and go outside. My egg numbers, Norm, are way up. We had 41 eggs. Yesterday's eggs, I haven't counted yet, but it's looking like it's at the 40 mark again. And today looks a little lighter. It looks about the 38, 36. I don't know the total yet. I haven't even what you call it, counted them yet. They're washed, sitting in the tray. I just haven't put them into egg flats. The struggle is real right now, Brian. Yes, it is very, very cold. Very cold. Brutally, it's. I'm not liking it, but I am really excited about this -2 weather that's coming. And I got the camera working outside. I got to do a little tweaking on the camera this weekend. Gonna aren't you unlucky guy? Gotta eat duck at lunch tonight. I don't eat duck for lunch. Eat it for dinner, but not every day. But a lot of days. I don't know how you could say that'd be lucky. Well, it is lucky because it's very tasty. What will I plant in my garden this year? Vegetables. I'm planning on growing vegetables. Oh, I guess I should. Since it's Q&A morning, I opened that can of worms, didn't I? And what show did I watch and brutally torture myself till 1:15 last night? I don't even really want to say it because it's a bad show. I just can't believe I started watching it. I just can't believe I started watching it, but I did. Sarcastic like always? Well, yeah. Well, what do you think I'm going to be? Someone else? Okay, I'm going to tell you this show, but don't watch it, folks. It's so bad. It has so many shows. I don't even know why I started watching it. I have no idea. I'm still asking myself this question. It's like this. I went to bed asking myself, why did I do that last night? It's a show called, what is it called again? The Last Ship. It's so bad. It's like Adam Baldwin's in it. There you go. That's how bad it is. Adam Baldwin's in it. It's just bad. It's just bad. Lots of shooting in it, but but the thing is, it's all it's all footage of them shooting, and when they show what they're hitting, there's never a bullet hole. There's never bullet holes. Like, um, no, Inga, it's on the internet. You have it. Trust me. If you have an internet connection, it's on there. I could send you a link. You could watch anything you want. I stream TV, folks, illegally. I'm a criminal. I pirate TV shows. Oh, I'm bad. I'm the worst on the internet. Oh, so Inga, you could torture yourself and watch this show. So, actually, now the site's got a warning. They're telling me that I should do a VPN when I'm streaming because the FBI is watching them, and that they're going to start cracking down. So maybe the RCMP are going to show up here. Maybe live we'll have the RCMP show up and arrest me for watching illegal TV shows. That could happen. Wouldn't that be cool? To add some excitement. Inga, Inga, Inga. You can watch anything you want. You're just going to the wrong places, my darling. Seriously. Like, serious. You're probably watching your TV through some kind of provider. That's the worst way, man. It's like it's free on the internet, you know. Janie. Some legal, some not so much. I don't watch anything legal other than YouTube. Everything else is illegal. I have a thing against Hollywood. Because Hollywood, I went to bed with Hollywood, and they turned their back on me, and well, not just me, but about 6,000 other independent retailers, and I don't like them ever since. As you know, I used to be a video retailer, and they turned their backs on all the independents and torpedoed us. And then went to bed with Blockbuster, who in turn burnt them big time in a bankruptcy, which was sort of funny. Oh. And Walmart also turned their back on them and made them sell their product for nothing. So it turned out really, it was karma, you know? They had a really good profitable deal going, and then they got greedy, and then the greed backfired on them. But they're still making so much money. But they charge now to go to movie theaters. It's crazy. They're still raking in tons of money. They're making more money now than they ever made. And they say that streaming hurts them. That's what kills me. You know? They say that streaming is, is destroying them, but yet if you look at their revenues, it's through the roof. I've only got one apple tree here, Rita, and right now it's frozen. $7X, I concur. I tell my friends that. I'm the only one in my whole group of, I don't know anybody else in my group of people that everybody else pays. And I said, why? Why are you paying? And they're limited because I'll tell them stuff I watch and what you call it? I'll tell them what I watch, and they're like, what? What's that? Where'd you get that? Wasn't that still at the theaters? I was like, yeah. I need Yes Network. What's Yes Network? I don't understand, James. Oh, I see. No, Jasmine, or no, I haven't seen anything Jasmine. I haven't seen it. Vista. I, I, I watched that stupid TV show. It was what I spent my whole night doing after the duck hospital last night, after the injections. I just sat down and drank water, a lot of it, and watched a very stupid, like too many episodes back to back. Like, and you know how bad that show is. You concurred with me. You probably watched it. You've seen that show, actually. Oh, darn, $90 a month for internet TV. That's too much. That's about $90 too much. Am I a Star Wars fan? Yeah, I've watched Star Wars many, many times. But I have no urge to watch. I don't know. I have no attention span for the movies, it seems lately. $200 for internet and cable? James. Oh, James, you're killing yourself. That's a crazy bill. I couldn't. I can't even imagine that, folks. I couldn't imagine having that kind of bill. I couldn't. Oh, I'm supposed to kill myself. Well, they got the UR, kill your UR self. Yeah, they were trying to impress us with proper English, and they just totally screwed up. They went to the time of doing the shift and and the whole bit. Kill yourself. What the hell is that? It's kill yourself, not you are self. Unbelievable. I thought I was tired. James, Don't even get me started about explosion sounds in space. This show last night, I never saw so many explosions that were like it was just bad. They sunk a ship. They hit the front of the ship with an explosion with some kind of I forget what it was. What it was. I forget what the military bomb it was. But anyways, they clearly hit it on the front of the ship, and then the drone view of the ship blowing up was the back of the ship. I'm like, what? The boat cut in front and hit the bomb, hit the front, man. How did the back blow? The front is untouched in the drone shot of the ship blowing up. It's like, but I kept watching. I just kept watching. Oh man, it was bad. It was bad. Vista probably watched the whole series. She was banned for grammar. Yeah, it was pretty. How to kill you ourself? What the hell is that? Eh? No, it's not continuity editing, Janie. It's just bad filmmaking. There's no continuity involved there because the bomb hit the front and the back explodes, but the bomb stays in the front stays intact. It's like no, it's just bad. The editor should have like, whoa, hey, you guys got to go back and refilm this. There's something wrong. Oh, to hell with it. We'll just throw it in. It's like, it's unbelievable. Oh. Okay, we're not getting a lot of questions here this morning, folks. What's going on? Should I rename the stream just coffee? I want my time back. I would really like to redo last night, is what I would like. No, the editor was probably paying attention, but the director was standing behind the editor saying, just put it in there. No one will notice. I'm not going to get special effects to redo that. It's like, just shut up and keep going. Am I going to skate the Magoon? Not with my ankle. My ankle's screwed. Oh, there's a question. Hey, what's up, Matt? I'm having coffee with a bunch of my people right now. Saturday morning. It's extremely cold here. Beyond your imagination cold. We actually hit the minus 40 below here right now. Everything is cold. Like right now my desk is cold, folks. It feels I've got a chill on my desk. And where's Jean, the dancing machine. Has anybody seen her? Because I'm now drinking her other pack of coffee this morning. This one's not bad. Not as good as yesterday's, but it's not bad. This is today's coffee. Yesterday's coffee was way better, actually. I actually would like to actually have some of yesterday's coffee again. This is not bad. The first mouthful was a little bit bitter, but the bitterness went away. But where is Jean? Has anybody seen Jean? It's like 3 days now. She's just gone. Disappeared. I didn't say anything to offend her. Did you see her yesterday, Inga? I haven't seen Jean in 3 days. Something must be going on in her life. Is it too cold to see the other? No, Norm. The tear deck. It don't work. I'm having problems. That's why I can't do the point of view 8 recon, Norm. Where have you been, Norm? We've been having this problem for like all through Christmas. Good morning, Digger Pete. And 40 below, iPhones don't last too long outside of 40 below, Norm. Where am I from? Like, where was I born? I gotta send Jean an email, actually. I'm gonna do that right now because I'm curious where she is. There's gotta be something going on in her life for her to disappear like this. All right, there's Jean. All right. All right. I just did it. I just sent. Oh, I gotta go back to the goose shed. There's an egg buried. Some South Korean girl just sent me a email. I missed the egg. I stuck my head in this morning and looked. I didn't see it. Well, I just sent Jean an email. We'll see what happens. No, I haven't heard from Colin. Send him an email. No answer. I think he's got a woman. I think that's what it is. Colin has met a significant other and has disappeared off the face of the earth. We are going to have some penguin action here. I think, what is it? Monday the weather warms up? Yeah, Monday we're going to have penguin action outside. That's when the ducks do the penguin pose. So, we're going to be playing with the garden hose live on YouTube with the outdoor camera, and you can see all the ducks doing the penguin. So, it'll be officially penguin stuff. Okay? Good morning, Rowdy. So that's what's happening here on Monday. If the weather ever changes. Did I feel the quake? My house is being shaken because of the wind. Oh. How are the hospital ducks doing? Well, they were still there this morning. They drank all their water last night. All of it. So, and today's second day of their injections. Did I show the outdoor camera? No, I haven't shown where the camera is placed, James, because it was, remember when I got it going? Well, you were here the day I got it running, when I finally got it running, and I was like just frozen. And the temperature was falling quick, and I got it running for like what was 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I got it running in the afternoon there, and then the Arctic came and took over. So, oh, Susie, don't tell people where I am. Why would you do that? We don't even know who this G Monster guy is. Next thing you know, I'm gonna have a PETA attack. They can figure it out on their own. Please delete that comment. Susie? With all the changes that I've made in this past year, is there anything I would have done different and why? Yes, Diane, there is something I would have done different. There is. Thank you so much, Susie. Um, and the thing is that what I would have done different, you would have never thought it. Okay, is what I would have done different. Is I would have bought new rubber boots at the beginning of the season, so that the tight ones that support my ankle, so that I wouldn't have ripped my Achilles tendon or ruptured it or whatever I did to it. Because that is the one thing that really made my life difficult this year, was the Achilles tendon. Everything else basically was according to plan, but that really, really hurt me bad and slowed me down and caused me a lot of extra work. And today is my 1 year anniversary. Yes, Juanita, today is the 1 year anniversary of my concussion. Actually, I think it was mid-afternoon when I got it. It was just around the noon mark when I got whacked in the head because it was the ice storm a year today. And I was getting my driveway ready. Yeah, it was in the afternoon I got whacked in the head. It was like around 1 or something because my neighbor showed up later around 4 to blow the driveway. So in about 4 hours from now, it'll be officially 365 days since I got whacked in the head by the tree. That's another thing I would have signed up for not getting was the tree whacking, Diane. So there's two things, the tree whacking and the rubber boots. Putting the duck boxes in the barn before opening them? That didn't set me back. Uh, a healthy disrespect. She was asking what I would change different that would have made the year better. Just because put the boxes in, that's not that's not a big deal. That's like what a 1 hour inconvenience is what it was. You're right. Without the concussion, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have gone down the path I did. I needed the concussion, so let's take that back. The concussion was a good thing. The Achilles tendon was not. So, the Achilles tendon would not. That was the Achilles tendon is really the only thing. Is the rubber boot? Is the if I will not do that again. And the thing is, I know that working at home and your feet are the first thing to get hurt when you're doing, especially in the terrain I work on. Um, like it's I know better. I know better, folks. I know better. So no, the Achilles tendon didn't lead to the Magoon. It was a snapping turtle that led to the Magoon that killed Magoo or Magoon, Magoose. The Achilles tendon had nothing to do with the Magoon. It was the snapping turtles, Vista. I know you're new to the show, but that's the deal. Concrete floor in the goose shed? Nah, don't need it. It's just fine the way it is. It's just overkill to do that. The floor in the goose shed is working out just fine actually. Since I reversed the plastic, it cleans out so easy. Oh man, why did I struggle with that for so long? Like, I struggled, folks. You have no idea how much I struggled. Oh, Susie. Yeah, the light bulb truly went off. Actually, the light bulb got burnt out, and we put a new one in January the 7th, and that's when things changed. Because I didn't feel the pain. Like when I got hit in the head January the 6th, it meant nothing to me. I just shook it off. It was the morning of the 7th that that it happened. That the pain. The morning of the 7th is when it all started to unravel. That's when I took the camera and went to the hospital, and we went in and saw the CAT scan machine. Oh. And then no idea that I was filming, which you're not allowed to do that in the hospital, right? But I do. Water in the barn? No, Rita, to put water in the barn is a major job. Major. Absolutely ridiculous, huge job. It's big. It's big. It's like, it's big. It's huge. Like, you have no idea how big of a job it is. I remember when I put water to my garage, and I did it before I even built the garage. Okay, when I put all the backfill in and we did everything, I ran the lines to run the water to the garage the year before I even poured my pad, and it's a big job because you got to go so deep, and you got to go underneath the foundation of the house, and it's just too much. Knowing that they're not going to come now to Sawmill. They're talking this spring. The Sawmill guys are a little bit flaky. I've discovered really flaky. I might be sawing it myself with a chainsaw. Actually, is what might be happening. I might be what you call it. I might be getting one of those chainsaw guides to cut the logs myself. They're really flaky. I'm really, I'm not impressed. No. Okay, I'm looking for questions. The frost line here, Norm? Oh, it can be anywhere from 4 feet to 6 feet, depending on the situation, depending on the snow. Rule of thumb, if you want to absolutely make sure you never have a problem, 6 feet. 4 feet, it can be a problem. If you don't get enough snow, 4 feet, things can freeze. So it all depends on snow, but if you want to make sure that you never have a problem, 6 is a good rule to go by. If I could go on vacation, where would I go and why? Well, the why is because I need a break. That's why I'm going on vacation. And where would I go? I would go to a little tiny island that belongs to the country of Colombia. And I would like to go away for a month if I did it. A month and of doing nothing. I would crack, but I would just a month. Would I wear a face mask with holes in eyes and a mouth outside in the cold? I have a face mask. I have many face masks. You would be amazed at my box of winter clothes that I have for handling the extreme cold. I have an assortment that is mind-numbing on things that you should wear outside in the cold. I'm not a big fan of the face mask. I've got a down face mask. I've got balaclavas. I got knit ones. I got them all, man. But I'm just not a fan of them. I find them too restrictive. No matter how big the hole is, it just doesn't work. What about Matt, my guy that helps me kill the ducks and load the ducks? And I don't know what your question is, Janie. What about him? I don't understand the question. I don't think about vacations, Carl, because honestly, folks, I used to be an absolute vacation crazy person. Like, you have no idea. Like, and long vacations. I like them long. A true vacation's 3 weeks, okay? And I'm talking 3 weeks away, no contact, disappear. Best vacation is a month or more. But I'm big into vacations. I used to love them, all right? I'm not gonna lie. Passport, burn through pages on passports. I didn't renew passports because they expired. I renewed them because I ran out of pages, okay? That's how much I traveled. And I'm serious, bad. Just couldn't itch. The travel itch was crazy. But I'll be honest with you, since I started working at home, I don't think of vacations. Like, honestly, since I started the Duck Adventure and doing this with YouTube and doing this, I honestly don't think of vacations. Like, I don't think about going away. I don't desire it. I don't think I need a break. It's the most bizarre thing, you know? So I'm thinking that my life sucked so bad before that I was miserable, and I constantly wanted to get away. And I'm not miserable anymore. I'm living my dream. You know, that's what it is. I'm living my dream. I'm working at home. What everybody else wants to do, I'm doing it, and I'm doing it in the bush. You know, I'm speaking Italian right now. Yes, I am, Marco. You know, like it really is. When I was, what's the coldest I've ever remembered getting here? -40 today. -40 is basically the temperature norm. It happens, and today's it's happening today. You know, how was the guy that did my barn roof? I did the barn roof, Rita. I'm doing fine though, thank you. So that's my holiday situation. It's gone. I don't think of it anymore. I don't think of traveling. I just don't even think about it. I'm just having, honestly, I'm having too much fun. Okay, we must be trending in Hungary or something. We got a bunch of, lack of a better term, idiots showing up here. They're just spamming us. Okay, I got to time some guys out here. This is just driving me nuts here. Where is this? Okay, we're trending. We're in the Antarctic, Iron 777. It's so obvious. I'm surprised you don't know. You know, Vista, the Antarctic. I know you're new to the show and everything. Canada's at the wrong end of the globe. We're at the other end, Vista. Oh, kind of cute, Keith. Uh, he's doing the cold, just like all of us up here. I talked to Keith New Year's Day. Wished him a happy New Year, and we chatted, and you know, everything's fine with kind of cute Keith. So it must be you were training in Hungary. I know. Yeah, we're trending somewhere, folks. This is like it's whack-a-mole morning here. Oh, Juanita. You know, Juanita, I lived in Calgary 10 years, and I worked in the rat race. And all I all I did was think about, you know, how I hated it. Like I really hated it. Made a ton of money, but I hated it. And all I thought about was I got to figure out a way of how to work at home. You know, and I wanted, and every weekend I used to go to the mountains because I grew up in the bush. And I was like, how can I get to the bush? You know, and then I end up doing it here. You know, here we are. I'm doing it right now, working at home, and I'm like, I pinch myself. It's like I'm actually doing it. It's not what I envisioned, you know, property wise and you know all that kind of stuff, but I'm doing it. It's really something else, you know. It's like I look the way things have unfolded, and the lack of a better term, pardon my language, but the shitstorm I had to go through to get to this point, it was not fun. I went through a rough time to get to this point. It was sort of like living in a forest fire, is what I went through. No, it was not. Everything got burned down, and somehow I managed to come out of it. And here I am with you right now. Well, I wouldn't say I had to earn it. It was more like I had to pay my dues, you know? there was a what you call it, a there was a burning. There was a little bit of a destruction. I'm trending on YouTube right now. Why YouTube? Go. Why does YouTube do this to us? I really hate when we trend. It really interrupts the conversation. I had to free myself from my former mess. It was a mess. It was a former mess. It was bad. It was, I was so chasing the wrong horse. Put it that way. It was a bad horse. Very bad, bad horse. So now I'm just living at home with a really fast internet connection, streaming ducks, feeding the homeless, supplying eggs. We're going on egg run this week to the food bank. I'm gonna have like, I think I'm at 42 dozen so far. 40. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of eggs. We might hit 50 dozen eggs to the food bank this week. So it's gonna be a good whack of eggs. So like 50 dozen duck eggs is like, oh, by weight that'd be like 75 dozen chicken eggs. So oh, don't even get me started on the Bitcoin thing there, healthy. I will do a road trip video again. I will do that. I would. I am this week. I am going to do that. I will edit I will edit another video just for you. How long before we start collecting the spring hatch? Well, we won't even turn an incubator on here till the first week of April. Maybe later, middle of April, turn it on. So, because, no, it'll be the first week of April that we'll be turning incubator on. We're going to be bringing the hatcher, we're going to be doing a hatcher, what you call it, upgrade here shortly. I'm going to be dragging the hatcher out into the room, and we're going to tear it apart, and we're going to fix her up. The hatcher's got to get upgraded, seriously upgraded. Good morning, TK. I gotta get some more coffee, folks. And I gotta find a dog. Doug! Come on! Doug! Get off the couch! Come on! Come on! Okay, folks, it's so cold, and Doug knows it. He didn't even want to come out this morning. Okay, he got off the couch and went and. Okay, I gotta show this. This is as far as he got. Okay, can I get this camera to turn around for me? Oh, get the lens in the way. There it is. Look at that. Okay, he was laying on the couch. I got him to go off the couch, and now he's laying in front of the heater. That's as far as he got. That's our dog, Doug. What a... he knows it's ridiculously cold out. He knows it is. Like, it's ridiculous. He knows that he didn't even want to come down the stairs this morning. Come on, come here. Come here. He won't even come into the kitchen. Come on. Come here, little dog. Come on. Nope, no reply. No response. What an awesome trained dog, eh? So well trained. He's looking at me. Folks, oh man, he's got that melt. You look like it's like he's I gotta share this with you because it's just he turned his head here. Watch, as soon as I got the camera. Doug, Doug, Doug. See now he's ignoring Doug, 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 Doug. What a rotten dog! Look, he won't even turn his head to look. Oh, the big baby. He's so bad. But he's just, man. But that's Doug, you know. If Doug was a really good dog, he wouldn't be Doug. You know what I mean? If he was, honestly, I think that's what makes Doug so special, is because he just doesn't listen. But yet he does. If you know what I mean? Like it. Notice, no, notice, like no. It's more like this, folks. He doesn't listen, but he knows what his job is, and he does it. That's Doug. You know, like if he was a dog, like if he didn't know his job, like if he didn't know enough, you know, like, to attack everything and keep, you know, and leave the ducks alone, leave the geese alone, and you know, and live in harmony here with everybody, and then you know, but kill anything that comes on the property that interferes with the harmony of what lives here. If he didn't do that, and the way he doesn't listen, he would be a totally useless dog, but he isn't. It's like I know my job, leave me alone. That's Doug. Like I know my job. What are you bothering me for? Like, that's exactly what Doug is. It's like it's almost like, you know, well, just leave me alone, okay? And when I'm interested in you, I'll come over, and I'll I'll pay attention to you. You know? Or when I want attention, I'll come over and just, you know, work my way in. He's got awesome selective hearing. Yes, he does, Amelia. He listens, but he doesn't obey. Well, he sort of listens because he doesn't really. And yes, Carl, he is way smarter than he lets us know. He knows. Like honestly, because that's another thing too. You know, stupid dogs. How you say, "Oh my God, you're stupid dog," like just stupid. You know, you ever do that to a dog, and it's like, "My God, you're stupid." Like, I can't remember the last time I told Doug that he was stupid because he doesn't do stupid things. You know, he knows. Like he just knows. He knows the deal. So it's like, you know, I'm trying to think the last time I called him stupid because I have when I first got him. I said, "My God, you're stupid," but it wasn't. He just wasn't trained. But you know what I mean? He doesn't get the stupid too much. Actually, I can't remember the last time. So we got some new people here. Jojo. Okay, Jojo's new. Okay, Joe Crocker, Woodstocker answers to my questions. You had a question this one I missed? From Beth. Oh, okay. Have I ever heard of food banks like my eggs? There are certain people that will not take the eggs, that they will do without, that they will not eat duck eggs. And the people at the food bank just shake their head and go like, unbelievable stupid. They don't know what they're missing. Um, like it's very few though because they burn through the eggs. The eggs don't last long. It's like there's way more people. Uh, um, there's way more people that snaffle the eggs up, and there are people that come in looking for the eggs, that actually ask for duck eggs. Yeah, I know, Ellen. We're the stupid ones that expect dogs to understand our language. I know. It's like the dog school. You know, it was really for the humans to train humans on how to work with dogs. It's not the dogs. The dogs are actually really smart. Yeah, Susie, you're right. He doesn't comply. He adapts. Doug adapts to everything here. He adapts amazingly well, actually. Where am I from? We're from the Antarctic here, Jojo. We stream penguins live on YouTube. You're saying I should try the treat to get Doug to come here today? Brian's scrambling some duck eggs right now as we speak. Go to really Cam Duck, please. I'd love that. Adam, you didn't proofread that comment before you sent it. No, we're at the South Pole, not the North Pole. North Pole is too close to Canada. Oh, Jojo's from Poland. Well, welcome, Jojo from Poland. Are you, is it cold in Poland right now? It's cold here in the Antarctic. I've never had an ostrich egg, no. I've seen them on YouTube, and I've seen them how people have to use a drill to get inside of them because they're pretty hard. Santa scares me, Norm. That's why we're in the Antarctic. He doesn't come down here. That coffee's not bad. Not as good as yesterday's. But, you know, I've got concerned about Jean. I'm concerned about her. I took that picture before I put the Tabasco on it. Trust me, it got Tabasco. I wanted to get the picture right away. I was just so excited about taking the picture of the goose eggs in the frying pan. But trust me, there was Tabasco on it. There's snow here, Susie, in the Antarctic in the summertime. The snow doesn't leave. It stays here all the time. I know, Deb, these people, they won't eat duck eggs, and then once they start eating them, they don't want to go back. I always laugh at those people. Resistance to change, you know? Amelia, yes, I screwed up. I was in the grocery store, and I said, do I buy potatoes or do I buy French fries? Pre-done. And I bought the French fries. I didn't buy potatoes. I got lazy. I screwed up. I should have bought the potatoes and made my own French fries. So, and now we got people just posting, I don't know what UL means, but it means something to these three people. Okay, what is with the UL? Somebody has told somebody to come here. Okay, that's what's happening. Oh, boys, look at this. Unbelievable. Man, oh man. You know what this is? There's a channel somewhere else that has linked us. Look at this. Look at this, folks. It's gotten right out of hand now. That's exactly what's happened. This happened before. The moderators, you will not be able to keep up to this. Just ban them, people. Don't time these ones out. Yeah, that's what's happened. You can't, Healthy, hit them this fast. There's too many. They're like incoming machine gun fire. You're trying to hit them with a Patriot missile. It ain't gonna happen. Well, the reason this is happening, folks, we've seen this before, is that somebody else is doing a live stream, and they've sent them here to do this. This has happened before. I remember this. I'm having deja vu here, folks. I know, Inga, I was going on about making my own fries, but I was in the grocery store and I just screwed up. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I know, it's a bunch of gamer kids too. We've had this before. This has happened. I had a seizure, Brian, watching this. Armenia. How are you today? We're just dealing with a bunch of idiots right now, and the ban hammer is coming down hard on a bunch of people. But that's exactly what happened. Somebody's doing a stream and they sent them here to do this to us. It's kids. Bet you like they're all 10, 12-year-olds, eh? I bet you that's what they are. And they're showing up and they're like thinking this is funny. People do that on live streams, eh? They just like, it doesn't make any sense. This is the problem. You made fries and you did the bacon first and then they work good, eh? I know. I'm regretting it now. I should have done it. Like, I really, really should have done it. Like, I'm hating myself now thinking about it, about pre-made fries. What, JoJo got caught in the crossfire? Oh yeah, he was, eh? Hang on here. JoJo wasn't doing anything wrong. Okay, can I unban JoJo? No, how do I gotta find JoJo to unban him. How do I find him? I can't even find JoJo. Vista, we gotta unban JoJo. JoJo wasn't doing anything wrong. See, the problem is it was just too much. Like I said, folks, it's like machine gun fire, and you're trying to hit it with a Patriot missile. You're never gonna get it. Poor JoJo got whacked. I can't even see JoJo's name anywhere here. Vista, you must have been scrolling up and just hitting everybody. I can't find JoJo. Oh, Mindy found him? Okay, good. Because I can't find him. But then again, I'm blind. Two minutes up, yeah, I'm going to find that, eh? What is the warmest it ever gets here? I've seen it hit 40 degrees. I've seen that. Actually, one summer, I think we hit, I remember, oh, what was that year when my siding in a house melted? I think it was like 42 or something it hit. It was crazy hot. Lost a whole bunch of trees that year. Lost a bunch of trees, a ton of trees on the property that year. It was a drought year. No rain and ridiculously hot. No, it was like early 2000s. That's when my siding melted. It got so hot it melted the siding on the house. It was just crazy heat. Have I thought about planting more fruit trees? I can barely eat the apples that I get now off of one tree. So I've never thought about planting more. And I don't even know what I would plant, actually. Maybe a pear tree. Maybe pears. Yep, ducks will eat apples. They like them when they fall on the ground and they're soft. One year I had a bunch of ducks. Well, actually, it was 2013. They ate all the apples that fell on the ground. All the apples. Every single apple that hit the ground, they ate. Because I went over there and I couldn't believe there wasn't a single apple on the ground, and the ducks ate everything. Yes, Armin TV, emojis will trigger me, so be careful. It's like epilepsy with flashing lights. That's what emoji's done to me. Yeah, plums are pretty good too. But pears, pumpkin quiche, that'd be tasty. That'd be really tasty. How do you make a pumpkin quiche? I'd be interested to see what that one is. I got yeast, eh, folks? So we could be doing some bread making here. It could be a small batch. of jalapeno cheddar bread, just a small batch, like a regular size, no overkill, something manageable, something that a small batch, like just a regular batch, like 36 buns type size, 3 loaves, 4 loaves of bread type size, just the right size that you wish you would have made a bigger size. After it's done and you're going, oh my God, that was so good. I should have made more. That's the kind of size of the batch. The regret size. When you regret, oh, I should have made more. That's the kind of stuff. It's not a good day for bacon, Diane, because it's so cold that there's not a warm place in the house to rise the bread. It's like there's no place warm enough unless I put it in front of a heater, because the whole house is it's not the ambient temperature just not warm enough. That's the problem right now. Sure, the stove would heat the house up, but unless I preheat the stove, then turn the stove off, and then put the dough in the oven. That could be another way, so that the stove's warm, so that the yeast can rise. I wonder if I could whip up a small batch of bread. I've got a block of cheddar here, and I've got jalapenos, and I gotta show you something. Oh, he's so cute right now. Okay, Doug, don't move on me here. Okay, come on, camera. Okay, nothing's working. Watch. By the time I get the camera turned around. Okay, what's going on? Oh, I'm struggling. Dry fingers, eh? All right, look at this. Does that look like a comfortable little dog? Look at him. The little puppies. Doug. He's got the right idea. He's going to do nothing. Dogs, eh? They just melt you. Well, they melt me anyways. I'm a big dog person, as you know. You got the heat on one side, the sun on the other. I like laying down on top of him, Diane, because he lets you just lay right on top of him. And when you lay on top of him, what he does, he stretches, and because he likes it. He likes when you lay on top of him. So we want to see stream cleaning day. What? You want me to have a camera on while I vacuum, Norm? You've never seen anybody run a vacuum. Yeah, I could use a cooler with rice bags. I don't have any rice bags, but I could do it. But I don't have a cooler. Or I could just turn the oven on, get the oven warm, and then put it in there. That would be the easiest. Steam. Norm's doing one word. Oh, steam vacuum. I mean steam cleaning. Barn cleaning? I did a barn cleaning yesterday, Tina. I cleaned the whole barn yesterday. Folks, are you watching me cleaning the barn? Have you seen how good those little ducks are? Like, I know people love watching me work too, but I ain't cleaning nothing. Enchiladas, duck enchiladas. Oh, that'd be tasty. It's too cold to be cleaning the. Um, it's too cold to be cleaning um, the couch. Steam cleaning is not a good idea when it's this cold out. Do you know why it's not a good idea? Yes, Inga. The ducks are getting more and more relaxed with me doing the cleaning in the barn. Do you notice I can put the, I don't know if you can see in the video where I just take the shovel and I put it over the corner and they all don't move over. And then I clean out one end and they all go to the other end and wait for me. And then I put some straw down and then they come back. Half of them do anyways. And then they wait for me to do the other end. Yes, I really do live in the Antarctica. This is the only house in the Antarctica. There is no other wood structures down here. Because I got to sit on it? No, no. The reason you don't steam clean your house when it's this cold outside is because it's too cold. The windows, the amount of humidity in the house, every window would be covered in ice. It would be just brutal. You gotta actually, it's nicer when you have a warm day outside. Plus, you gotta take care of the ducks. And the last thing I want to be doing is steam cleaning the house, steam cleaning the rugs and the carpets and all that kind of stuff. Or the same thing, the carpets and the couch, and then have to go out and take care of the ducks. It's got to be a time when the ducks are outside, and they're outside, and it's like warm nights. So I don't even have to worry about the ducks. Like literally, just forget about the ducks and focus on the house. So doors freeze shut. Yep, everything freezes, man. Way too much humidity. So we need a warm day, or warm couple days actually, so that actually preferably 3 days of warmer winter weather, so the ducks, one, could be outside and I can forget about them, so my workload taking care of the ducks is way down, and then I can focus on catching up on my domestic duties of cleaning my home. So, you know, that's the that's the plan. So, like right now, you would think, oh, it's so cold, you're inside anyways, it's the perfect time to do it. Not the right time to be doing it. It would be just brutal here. Oh man, the water on the windows would be just, the doors, the ice would be nuts. And then you'd have to crank all the heat up. You'd be just, the amount of heat you would have to crank up to get rid of the humidity. It would be bad. Then you would have to open windows and doors to let the humidity out. It's just not a good thing. I've learned my lesson. Don't do it. Just wait. Duck enchiladas. There's a duck, the duck supporter page. They do, or duck cooking. There's a duck cooking page on Facebook. That I've seen people, but they post chicken recipes on a duck cooking page, or the duck supporter page, or cooking with 50 ducks or something on Facebook. But somebody posted a chicken recipe. The nerve of them. How do ducks survive these harsh weather conditions? They're in a nice warm barn right now, but ducks can handle some serious cold. Minus 18 Celsius is the rule of thumb where I don't like them being outside. It's a feet problem because their feet. That's the problem with the feet. And then you take it with the geese. You know, the geese can really handle cold, like way more cold than the ducks, way more cold than the ducks can. It's they like honestly, geese, probably a goose. I'd have to say, you know, you're probably getting the 25-30 blow range with a goose. Geese have way more insulation than a duck does. Mind numbing, actually, how much more. Because when you look at a goose, okay, give you an idea, folks, because a lot of people think geese are big. Think about this, okay? You know, a big duck. You know, when you do the duck call, you know, a big drake. You know, 7 pounds, 7.2 pounds, big drake, okay, in the bag. A goose is like 9 pounds, okay? But yet the goose is like twice the size of the duck. That's how many feathers and down a goose has compared to a duck. It's crazy. Like the thickness. Like a duck, you know, when you stick your finger in, is about that deep, you know, to get to the skin. A goose is like that to get to their skin when you stick your finger in. Like massive amount of feathers and down. Like it's lots, very 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 thick. They've got they've got some serious insulation. So like the goose shed right now is cool. This morning it was like -8 when I went in there. The water was starting to freeze. That means nothing to them. Absolutely nothing to them. The geese, they pull their feet up inside. They've got so much like they can tuck their feet up way better than a duck can. They've got like a way more they got way more what you call it, room just to tuck their feet up. I gave everybody a lesson when I was cleaning the barn on. I did some. I had a lesson this week, last week. I don't know. I just recently had a lesson on down that I did not. I was not aware of the different grades of down, and it's quite interesting. You know, the super down is actually the older geese. It's all hand collected. Oh, is my dog a lab? Like, does he work in a laboratory? No, he used to do. He had a chemistry set when he was younger, but no more. I took that away from him. Hello, Leanne. You changed your avatar. What is it? Something with a Santa hat. Is your dog? What is you are? Why can't you spell a full word? I hate these short forms. A Labrador breed. Yeah, he's a lab. Yeah, he's a black lab. He's a black lab. Everybody knows Doug's Labrador. He looks like a lab. You know? Doesn't he, folks? He looks like a Labrador, doesn't he? I'm looking at him right now, yeah. He's definitely a Labrador. Yeah, so the down thing, um, I don't like short form stuff though. I like making people type a full sentence. You want me to answer in a full sentence? Type a full sentence. He's a golden lab. That's what it is, Vista. Doug's a golden lab. Exactly. He's a Russian golden lab. That's what he is actually. So, anyways, they were. He has a bit of Yorkie in him too. Um, oh, Joan Doe was in there in the barn. Where is she now? There's Jean. Jean, the dance machine. Where the hell have you been, Jean? I sent you an email because I was worried about you. So, Jean, you've missed. I've been doing coffee reviews, and you've missed them. See, we've all missed you, Jean. I had a brain fart there, and I've just lost it, folks. Totally lost it. Oh yeah, we were talking about down, and then we got sidetracked. Anyways, the goose down thing, I had a big learning curve this last week and a half, but I did not know the differences, and now I do. So the older geese, like well, actually all our geese now are getting older. Well, actually, Lucy's the oldest. Her down is the premium down. It's the premium down, super down. When they're mature goose is when they have the premium down. When they're a young goose, like 5 months old, they have the substandard down. So, but our geese are no longer 5 months old, so they're getting into that category of premium down. But they're very warm right now. Right now it is 10:01 in the Antarctic. We're on the same time as you. Yes, you can collect down without a cull. You can, Leanne. It's you got to do it during their molt, and you got to hand collect it. That's how they do it. The premium down, like when you see a down item and it says the down fill is 850 or 800 or 700. That's hand collected down when you get into that category. And when you're in the 550 category of down, that's actually meat goose, is when they've killed the geese and they're all young geese. 550 down is when they're young geese. But it's not the best, the young goose. The young goose is not as warm as an old goose. So the old goose down is the best. So that's I learned that this week. Last week? It was last week I think I learned that about the geese. Yeah, Tina, when you're doing the down thing, so like you buy a down comforter and you see those really cheap down comforters, it's like what kind of down is it? And then I discovered I shared this. I'm repeating myself because I was doing a barn cleaning and I shared all this information I learned. But did you know that Muscovy ducks? I knew eider ducks, but Muscovy ducks have better down than geese. I did not know this. It has a better air loft. Muscovy and eider ducks. Now I knew eider ducks did, but eider ducks is very expensive. Because when I had my comforter made, there's a place in Ottawa that makes down comforters, and they I couldn't believe the price of an eider duck comforter compared to a regular down comforter. Like a regular down comforter, that was like $600, and an eider one was 3,000. Actually, Susie, there are the Chinese. There's videos on YouTube of them collecting down off of live geese, and it's just pure torture. It's like someone coming up to you and I'm collecting hair, and they start ripping your hair out of your head while you're totally awake. Oh, it's only gonna hurt a little bit, like it's bad, and they do it, and the bird's bleeding, and they're ripping it. It's just wrong. Like, what is with humans? Hey, we're so, and they keep doing this to the poor bird, you know. Like they just keep doing it and doing it, torturing and torturing and torturing. Like it's bad. It's bad. I've seen the videos. I just can't. I was unaware that they did this. That they live harvested down. I did not know that. I thought it was either the bird, you know, was it was culled for meat, or it was they were collecting the stuff during the molt. So I was unaware of that. That's when the premium down. If you want like premium, like if you get that really crazy expensive stuff, they actually go around. They I guess it's at the breeding farms, you know, like Metzer's. Actually, there's a video at Metzer's, when they had the geese, and they were sexing. The sexing. You go to the Metzer farm YouTube channel. They were sexing the geese, and you could see the fencing all covered in down. So I'm thinking that's what they do is they go. That's the kind of they're collecting that down off of the mature geese. So all the down on the fence is actually premium down, the best down you can get because the molted down is off the mature geese. And the older the goose, the bigger the down, the bigger the loft. So I guess they go around like with a vacuum cleaner or something and vacuum off the fence. You know, is how they do it. I don't know. No, the Chinese videos on YouTube, they're ripping it off the older geese. That's why if you what is it, Patagonia? They have they call it, what do they call it? Traceable down, where they actually know where they trace the origin of the down, so they make sure that it's not live harvested. There's some companies that are responsible that won't buy the live harvested, that want to make sure that it's coming from a humane source. But if you look at the Metzer farm fencing in the background when they're sexing the geese, the fence is just covered in down. I've seen it here, you know, where the fencing is covered in down, where it blows around the pen, and the fence just gets covered in what it looks like it snowed. That's all the down, eh? I should probably walk around and collect uh, with a vacuum cleaner all the down. Start collecting down, then I can make my own down products. You know? But you need a fence that has a better I need like the whole fence needs to be like half inch by half inch wire or netting or something to catch more down because so much of it blows around the property. Because you know how it looks sometimes here like it snowed and it's all down, eh? But can I make my own down? Well, I could collect it all, then I could go to the city and I could get the guy who makes comforters to make me a new one. I could make a big bed for Doug. No, Gene, I've been thinking about a new comforter for Matt. I could make a couple new pillows. Oh, I could do that. Actually, Len, the dryer they have at this down place in Ottawa, it's as big as I am. I can stand inside of it. I got a full tour of the place many years ago. I could actually walk around inside of it. It was huge. Like I stood beside it, and I said I could go inside this big tumbler. That's how big it is. And they put it in there, and actually when you bring in like a used comforter, an old one, and they've got to clean it, they take it all apart, they dump it in this tumbler, and it tumbles, and they just tumble it, and all the dirt comes off the down. It's like all your dead skin and you know that kind of stuff. That's how they clean it. I've seen it. Oh, yeah, they do wash it too. Never use soap because it takes the oil off the down, and never dry clean either. That's another thing. Just water. But think about it, they're waterfowl. They're in the water all the time. So is the trick is water, and then the tumbling. And if you've got a big enough dryer, which you know most people don't because comforters take up too much room, is you take and put a clean running shoe inside your dryer when you're tumbling it, so that it beats it up, so it fluffs it up while you're drying it, because so that it doesn't clump. No. Well, don't be licking the cake when you're bringing it home, Samuel. You know, or tasting it with your fingertip or anything like that. Tennis balls. I don't know if a tennis ball would be heavy enough to bounce around inside a dryer. I tried it. My dryer's not big enough. I actually had to go to town to the laundromat and use their really big dryer. so that it would bounce around. Is it my comforter is a king size comforter, and it pretty well fills the dryer totally full. I have better luck hanging the comforter on the line outside and letting the wind beat the crap out of it. And then I've taken like a broom handle and beaten it to loosen up the clumps. That's work too, because I find my dryer's not big enough. All the old days, when people used to come around to the villages and doing stuff. But that's an interesting business, Come around and cleaning your down. Pull into the local village. We're here to clean down today. Everybody comes out with their stuff. Oh, we're getting down to low battery, folks. I just got the 20% warning on the phone here. Inga doesn't have a dryer? I hang my clothes up in the summer. In the wintertime, I use the dryer because it heats the house up. Inga doesn't iron either. That's funny. Inga's got it down pat, We self-ironing clothes. Oh, there's Charles. I didn't see you, Charles. Hello. Good morning, Charles from Texas. Ironing is so 90s. I don't even have an iron. I have an ironing board, but I don't have an iron. Irons itself on the body. You know, if you hang it up long enough, the creases go away. You know, if you wait long enough, the crease will fade. And it'll look like, it's ironed. But I don't, in the summertime, I like I like the hanging stuff because it's like I said, it's already half folded for you. The dryer is too much work because you got to fold everything afterwards. Speaking of that, I got to do laundry today. Got to throw some laundry in. It's laundry day here, and we're talking about down and dryers and clothes. And then somebody asked, "Do I have a PlayStation 3?" I like the way they stay on topic, We're just right out there. It's attention span not. How do we go from hanging clothes to do you have a PlayStation 3? You know? How do you do that? Germany 2 half queen size down things you put a pillowcase looking much bigger. Norm, I'm having a hard time. Had a friend send me from Germany 2 half queen size down filled things that you put a pillowcase looking but much bigger. Don't know what. Norm, that is one screwed up sentence, or I'm just too tired to be reading right now. Matt, do you need more money? I'm always game for more money, Norm. That's a silly question. I, I think we had a gamer come on asking. Well, the clothesline clothes are a little stiffer. It's like they've been starched, but they soften up after you get them on. I I used to have one of those things in the basement to hang clothes up. It's called a clothesline, strung up. But I hate it. It was always in the way. But I like the dryer because it helps heat the house too. But I gotta get breakfast happening, folks. I just realized that we've been chatting here for 95 minutes talking about everything under the sun. Not a lot of questions this morning. I thought I'd get more questions. I opened the gates to the Q&A, and nobody wants to know anything. Or you already know everything, and we're just chatting. That could be it. I have nothing to tell you anymore. Or we just don't have any prying people that want to know. Oh, what brand is my upright freezer? What is it again? What was the brand? Do you want me to go look and come back and tell you? I'm trying to think. Wait, yes, Leanne wants to know. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it was. Hang on. Leanne's got a legit question. It's Amana. Now I remember why. Because they're the only ones that make an upright freezer that has continuous run capability for freezing, for flash freezing. Is the lagoon frozen? No, Norm. It's only 40 below here with the wind chill. Water here doesn't freeze until it gets to 50 below. So right now it's on the cusp of freezing. On the cusp, Norm. We're on the edge. We're almost there. But it's going to warm up to like -3, so everything's going to be liquid again soon. Yeah, it's Amana. That's the brand. And it's the only one that will run non-stop to do flash freezing. It'll actually get to -28 below when you put it on continuous. So, but it runs like -18 normally when you set it. But if you put it to continuous, it will go to -28. It's good for flash freezing. No. Well, Gene, if you would have been here the last 2 days, I gave a critique. Yesterday's coffee was awesome. Don't remember what it was, but it was the black package. This one's today has a little bit of a bitterness to it. It's got it's a little bit of a bite to it. This one. Yesterday's was way better. And the one before that, the other pack, tasted like McDonald's coffee. Like I was drinking out of a cardboard cup. So, which we knew that one sucked that day. So yesterday's, out of 3, 1 is a solid 5-star rating. I'd give this today a 3.5, and the other one there, the other bag, the first one, which I have totally forgotten about, was a 1-star, because I don't like McDonald's coffee. Coffee shop cardboard coffee, you know what I mean? So, but yesterday's, whatever yesterday's was good, yesterday's. So, I'd have to look at yesterday's video, or dig through my garbage to see what yesterday's video, or yesterday's coffee was. And I can't remember now. So, no, I've got lots of honey, Charles. Lots of honey. I bought a ton of honey in the fall. A ton. Well, not a ton. I bought 10 kilograms of honey in the fall. 10 or 12. I've got a lot of honey. So, I'm honeyed up here. So, I'm going to say goodbye because I've got to get my breakfast happening. I got to get some food into me, and then I got to sit down and do the GoFundMe. Is what I'm going to do. I am going to get that done. That's going to be right after. Breakfast. Oh, boys and girls. So thank you for joining me. I wish I would have got more coffee. Questions. When are we getting the Matt Pitcher album? Christopher. I don't understand that one. The Mad Picture albums. I don't know. I don't understand. I have lots of T-shirts left still. Oh, vintage Matt. Oh, the old photos from my youth, my younger days. That could happen soon. It could. It was Festival City yesterday, Vista. Is that the coffee that was good yesterday? It was. Yesterday's coffee was awesome, actually. Very good coffee yesterday. I recommend it. It was the best out of all the 3 packs that the dance machine sent us. Which I'm still upset that you have not been here the last 3 days, Gene. Like, where have you been? Everything's all right? It's like you disappeared for 3 days when I was doing coffee reviews. The Ducks are doing great. Oh, you're not having a good time right now? Sorry to hear that, Gene. That's why you're disappeared. I knew there had to be something wrong for you to be disappeared. Well, hopefully everything gets better soon. I'm not emptying the truck today, Virginia. It's 40 below. The truck ain't gonna happen. When it gets the really warm weather there, the -3, Monday when it warms up, I'm gonna attack the back shed, get the back shed cleaned out, get it organized, and then I'm gonna move the straw out of the truck into the back shed, and then I'm going to go get more straw. So, because I'm gonna go get the rest of the feed because I've already gotten half the skid because I've been doing car loads. Tell you, when you put 12 bags of feed in the car, holy moly's, do you ever have good traction? Oh. It's like, I was actually, yesterday I had some awesome traction. And then when I took all the feed out of the car and had to go to the vet hospital, I was like spinning like crazy because I didn't realize that, I had so much traction before I was giving it gas and I would just go. And then after I got the car was empty and I had to go back to the vet hospital, I was like, whoa, she's icy out. So it's amazing. When you put 12 55-pound bags of feed in your car, it really helps with the traction in the winter. A little bit of a low rider situation. But we've already gotten half the skid here via carloads. So there's only half a skid sitting at M&R Feeds. But that's going to happen next week. I'll take care of that. Monday, I'm going to empty the truck out. Because I want to get more straw. Because we need to make sure that we have lots of that good barley straw. Expensive meds. So is it? And I wonder why he would use such an amazing ducks. I'm just trying to find where these. Susan, I don't understand your question. I see it. Did I miss? Something. I miss conversations here because I'm seeing something. But the last thing Elaine said was, I'm sure it would warm up. And then Susan, you're saying something. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to the food bank this coming week. I've ran out of egg cartons. I've only got flats left, so I've got to go to the food bank this week. Prevention is better than the cure. It's almost impossible to prevent bumblefoot in the winter, Alain. It's like the only way you could prevent bumblefoot in the winter is to keep the ducks inside a barn all winter and never let them out on the snow and ice. It's the ice is the problem. The ice gives little tiny nicks of cuts in their feet, and then they get infections, And that's how the bumblefoot starts. So by letting them outside in the snow and ice, that's how the bumblefoot happens. Because it only happens in the wintertime. I was wondering why you gave the expensive meds to the ducks that infection had moved to the ankles. I never gave the meds to the ducks that hasn't moved to the ankles. The only ducks that are getting there's 5 ducks. Is it 5 right now? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 5 ducks in the hospital right now that all have the infection moved into their ankles, Susan. And those 5 ducks all got the meds. So I didn't give the meds to the breeder that's in there because her hip is hurt. She's got a hurt hip. She doesn't have bumblefoot. There's no infection there. So there's 6 ducks in the hospital. 5 of them, they have swollen ankles. Okay? You're obviously not paying attention here, Susan, when I'm doing the... No, Susan, when I do the duck hospital, I show you. I pick up the ducks and I take them over to the camera and I put them right in front of the camera to show everybody their ankles. I've been sharing it all. You're missing streams, Susan. We could put duck socks on all the ducks before we put them outside. And Art is late to the movie. Days late, actually. Art, you're days late. Dot went to the barn days ago. You've been somewhere else. You're watching another channel and you're not watching the ducks. And then you come in here and ask questions 2 days after the fact. Duck socks for everybody. So we need 138 pairs of duck socks. Okay? Dot might be coming back to the hospital. We're going to see today what the deal is when I go in there and do the partial cleaning. But yesterday Dot got ran over and she had a hard time walking again. So there's a white one with a swollen foot. I've seen her some. I picked her up, Susan. I got the one with the swollen foot 2 days ago. The one with the limp. I caught it. That's why we got 5 now. Unless there's another one that you just saw today. Because I just caught her, like, I'm trying to think. It wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. Yeah, they have blood flow through their feet. If they didn't, their feet would fall off. How do you think they keep their feet alive? You can't have appendages with no blood flow. But it was like a day and a half ago, I brought the duck, I caught it right on the stream and brought it into the hospital because it had a swollen foot. Last time I saw her was when you let her out. No, there's been a duck come to the hospital since then, Susan. Actually, the day I let them out, Susan. The day I let them out was the day I took the duck to the hospital. That's when I discovered it. Because I cornered her in the barn. Because there was only like maybe, I'm trying to think, maybe about 10 or 12 ducks were in the barn when I caught her. Because I watched her and I saw her walking with the limp. And I saw her ankle was big. And I did it all live on YouTube. You're not watching, Susan. You're somewhere else. You're watching another show. I show you guys everything, and then you unbelievable. You know what, Norm? All the articles I've read about bumblefoot never mention geese. I'm thinking their feet are tougher. You can't watch 24/7? That's unacceptable, Susan. Well, then, so I should only stream part-time so that you can keep up? Monday, the temperature warms up here, folks. Leanne's getting triggered. She works full time, but she still gets caught up. Tiny, man, I'm telling you, that little goose, I'm really, really, really getting attached to that little goose. I just absolutely, that little goose melts me when I go in there and do, um, it melts me when I do egg recon. That little goose follows me around. When I was in the barn cleaning yesterday, it's just, it's got the most pathetic honk. It's so pathetic. And it's like it's trying to talk to me. It's so sad. It's like, my God, goose. Like, I'm really a big fan of Tiny. Minnie's not a very friendly duck. Minnie's actually not friendly at all. She's a little bit standoffish. I'm not big in having to chase a woman, and that's one I'm not chasing that duck. It's not, at least Tiny's receptive to me. Tiny comes over to me, Right. I need an electric collar to remind what stream I'm on. You need a tracking device, right, Susie? We need a tracking device on the channel. Matt is on this stream. That's what we need. So, but I am Tiny, and I think a lot of reason Tiny's going to become famous, folks. I'm telling you, because Tiny's taken over the show in the barn. Because I know when I go and do egg recon, that's the one thing that every time I leave the barn, the last thing burnt in my brain is that goose. It's like, well, I don't like comparing it to Goose Lee because, Tiny, I think, is head and shoulders above Goose Lee. I think Tiny, he's just special. He's just special because he comes right over to me. Like, I'm bending over to pick up eggs and I turn around and this goose is not even 6 inches from me. Comes right over. Oh, what are you doing? You stealing from the ducks again? It's like, it's like he comes in, what are you up to? Doesn't like being picked up, but he comes right over. What are you doing? It's always like he's sticking his head right in there. Like I'm waiting, the next thing I know is I'm going to be picking, eggs out of the nesting boxes, and Tiny's going to stick his head right in the nesting box. I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for that. Where he just, I turn around and his head's right in the box, So, anyways, he is very, very cute. I'm really liking Tiny. I'm getting seriously attached to him. But Tiny goes through a little bit of separation problem outside because when he hears his goose friends, he goes over to the fence, eh? And it's like, oh, you guys, I know you're mine, but, you guys beat me up. They're pretty good over on this side, Nobody picks on me. Like, because he was getting beaten real bad. Real bad. He was getting so beaten up, folks, that he couldn't even stand up. He was falling over. That's how bad he was getting, Okay, ban that person, please. Just get rid of them. Look at the username. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways, he was getting beaten up so bad. Like really, really, really beaten up bad. Couldn't walk. Was getting worse and worse. Think of the wobbles. Think of the wobbles that poor goose had. And now, very, very steady. Like way, like he totally, not even the same goose that I brought in. I'm thinking Tiny is a male. I'm pretty sure. He's got a big lump on his head and he's got no baggy bottom. So, he's my little goose. He's the one that I saved. That should have been dead. He should have been dead. He should have died. Because it was like the drakes climb on him, try to mate him. Well, maybe Tiny is a female. Maybe. I have no clue what I'm talking about. So, I just know Tiny's cool. So, I like Tiny. And like he couldn't walk anymore. He was having problems. I knew it was time for him to be separated, and he's really, he's doing fine. So I'm going to say goodbye because I got to go. I'm getting a bit of a gut rot happening here because I need food in a really, really bad way. Um, and I still gotta take care of ducks here today and stuff to do. And I gotta, I gotta do duck hospital injections and cleaning, and I got burn cleaning to do. Only partial because I did the big clean yesterday. So there's still stuff to do here. You'll see me later on, folks. Okay? So I gotta go. I gotta go eat. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will get. I'm gonna try really hard to get the GoFundMe done today. But I'm not a big fan of doing computer work anymore. So who knows? We'll see what happens.